In our relationship, sex has felt to me like a... Oh, start that over.
Okay, so today I am in charge of Shabbat cleanup. My mom was in charge of it for the past 4 years, and yeah, I'm just going to show you how that works. So my mom made this chart about a year ago, I think. It has all the things that need to be cleaned and then all of our names right there. Most of this stuff was like just daily jobs. We're not doing this anymore. This is Friday for Shabbat cleanup. My mom used to want it done by like lunchtime. I made it so that like by 4 o'clock because I don't know. It's a lot more laid back. A lot of people have a lot of stuff to do today. For those of you guys that don't remember, a week ago we went on a retreat and I volunteered to be in charge of Shabbat cleanup. Eden's in charge of daily cleanup, and I'm in charge of Shabbat cleanup. They're like 2 separate things.
I'm going to talk about Ben and mine's relationship in regards to especially our sexuality. So if you don't want to hear that, if you do want to hear about it, glad you're listening. It's not something I really want to talk about, probably for a number of reasons, but Ben asked me to talk about it, and I think I believe in it, talking about this stuff and helping hopefully some people who will not feel as alone. This is our whole vlog today, so didn't really have anything else to film, and this actually happened, so I'm going to talk about it. The last couple days have been tough for me because I felt like Ben has been distant from me emotionally. Now, this is my perspective. And that is something that's really difficult for me. This is a dynamic in our relationship that has gone on since the beginning. It's evolved over time. I think we both have matured over time, but it's still tough for me. And it kind of goes something like this. So a couple days ago, I think Ben has an intensity in our relationship where he will pursue me, and my intensity is way lower than his, especially in the area of sexuality. Something kind of, I think, triggers him if I'm way less interested in sex, for example, than normal, or just something maybe triggers him that makes it so that he feels like he needs to emotionally pull away for a bit. And I'm gonna try to talk more just about myself, because at this point I'm putting words into Ben's mouth, but this is my perspective. And when that happens, it's like something gets turned on in my emotional psyche where I just start panicking. I go into go mode in pursuing him. And in the most unhealthy stages of my life, this has looked like barely being able to function. So this was especially in the first 5 years of our marriage. Now it's still super painful for me and difficult, but it's something I can step outside of and look at and not just completely get controlled by. Through counseling, I have learned that both Ben and I have different needs in these moments. Ben has a need to withdraw and feel safety in that. And I have a need when that happens to pursue and get back to this feeling of normalcy, I think, for me in our relationship. And neither need is worse than the other. Neither need is bad. It's just a need. That's hard for me to believe when I'm in these moments because for some reason I interpret Ben's actions as, oh, he's punishing me because I hurt him. And both my counselor and Ben has told me that's not the case. So I believe them cognitively, but emotionally it's a really hard thing for me to believe in those moments. One of the things my counselor has helped me, one of the tools he gave me during these times is to distinguish, okay, Ben's here, I'm here. So when this is happening, to notice that Ben may be disappointed and needing to withdraw, and for me to acknowledge, okay, I have this need to pursue, but I'm going to go do something and separate myself for a bit just to distinguish that I'm an adult here. I'm not a 3-year-old. Because I think a lot of these emotions somehow stem towards my child self. So if I were to say, okay, I see you're disappointed, I'm going to go down and sit on the couch or go do something. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But the thing I think I am understanding is that I need to remind myself that I'm an adult here and Ben doesn't control my emotions. I control my emotions. And I think that might be helpful. That exercise might be helpful in showing me that. So a couple days ago, this cycle got kicked in and Ben, I felt like he withdrew from me emotionally. And I found myself pursuing him at times, which I've had a hard time with not looking at that negatively and as a weakness, in a bad way. But just seeing it more neutral, that's my need. And that's okay. And I've also had a hard time with, okay, when I pursue him, I feel like, oh, I don't want to go too far because I don't want to overstep my boundaries. And I'm realizing that that's actually treating him like a child. If he has a boundary, he'll let me know about it. He's an adult. He can do that. And then I am an adult, and I can respect that boundary. Or not, but I'd like to respect it. Things got to a boiling point for me about 2 days later of this happening, where I just felt like I can't take this anymore. This is not working for me. And so I wrote, what's helped me is to write down, and maybe this is a way that, I don't know, that I feel like Ben can hear me more, but to write down, I wrote down an email and sent it to Ben and told him I sent you an email because my texting for some reason with Ben doesn't work. Did that, he read it, and we talked for a little bit, and that was helpful for me. And then he said, I'm not willing to be intimate with you, have sex with you, but I just don't have any motivation to make that happen. In our relationship, sex in these times has felt to me like a reset button where, okay, he feels more safe now, and okay, now things feel like they're back to normal. I think what I know now that I didn't know back in the day was that that's just an illusion, and that's okay. Like it's comfortable, and it feels nice, and maybe it was my need in the moment, but actually there's a lot of stuff going on that just having sex isn't going to erase or make it get better, that I need to work on me to help our relationship get better on my side. And then, Ben chooses to do that, can choose to do that on his side. But, it's a tool to help me not feel less panicky and help me kind of feel better. And I don't think that's wrong, although that's kind of hard for me sometimes. So anyways, I told Ben, okay, well, will you come upstairs with me because I want to have sex? And he, he wasn't super excited about it, but he did it. And we had sex and felt like it felt better to me. And then he left to go play racquetball. It's tough. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Is there anything more to say? I don't know. It's just, yeah, I don't know if other people can relate to this. I figure some people probably can, at least aspects of it. Some people might feel more in my shoes. Some people might feel more in Ben's. I know this is a really vulnerable topic, but if you do feel comfortable talking about it, either in the comments or if that's something you want to try to contact me. I'm passionate about talking about this, even though I don't like talking about this, because I felt so alone for so many years. And in some ways, I still do. But in some ways, I don't as much anymore, because I know that there's other people that struggle with the same stuff. Sexual intimacy, it's hard, And for the first 10, 12, 13, 14 years of our relationship, I felt very alone. And even when before Ben and I were together, I didn't feel like I had anyone to talk about my sexuality with, which I think is really unfortunate. That's one of the big reasons why I'm coming on here and talking about it. I hope it helps some. Thanks for listening.
You go. All right. We are getting ready to go. Before that, though, we wanted to say that we hope you guys had a good week. Turns out we did.
Towards the end.
I don't know what she told them. Was it good?
It was vulnerable. Does that mean it's good?
I'm a little nervous, but
You don't have to be that nervous.
keep it real, I guess. Speaking of, it would be nice. Let's do a Q&A. Can you guys put questions in the comments of this video and do us a favor? Instead of just putting a bunch of new questions, if you see one that you like, do a thumbs up so that we can answer what you guys want to hear or talk about most. Get some conversation going.
Yeah.
'Cause we were like running out of material, so I was like,
So
good thing Cammy and I had this thing
we're
going
running
on.
out of material, so I know we can talk about our sex life.
Yeah, it's the huge. We're gonna rest. Starting tonight and tomorrow, we're doing something special and going to someone's house, which we haven't done in a while.
For Shabbat.
For Shabbat. We hope you guys can find rest somewhere in your life from the things that seem to drive us.
Crazy.
See you guys next week. Shabbat Shalom.